I found something weird in Paralives. Hey, it's Nora Nev. I made a new para and I loaded into a lot to build. It's this narrow lot right next to the community center, and I'm curious about that too. What happened to it? But the really interesting thing was when you load in on this lot, your para just kind of gazes out over the cliff. And I got a little worried. Oh, but what are you looking at over here? What do you see? There's some trash. Shiny trash? Raccoon moment? But when you notice the view, oh, but what are those? No, wait, but what are those? And what's this? And this has turned into a Paralives investigation, so follow for updates. Let me know in the comments if this is old news and you've already figured out this mystery, or if you have any theories. Maybe this is common knowledge, maybe I'm late to the lore party. If you have any theories, I would love to hear all of them. At first glance, this was my first rodeo. I might decide that these two individuals were out hiking and decided to get in this tree in an interesting position and have a little fun. Adult fun. I mean, why not? Maybe it was three people. Maybe all three of these were from separate situations. We don't know. Maybe this was a throuple, a three-person arrangement slash situation. Or perhaps this person was on their way to rescue these two and this person fell down here. Or perhaps they were sitting here watching. I feel comfortable joking about this because this backpack doesn't look like a child's backpack. To me, it looks like perhaps a parachute. Then we're telling a whole new story. Maybe two parachutes didn't work. The first few times you go skydiving, before you get certified, you essentially wear the instructor like a backpack and they guide you to safety. Perhaps the para packing the parachutes that day packed them poorly. Why would I phrase it like that? So this position would make a lot of sense for something like that. But murder is very interesting. All good theories. Please don't cancel me. These two skeletons are different colors. And then there's this house up here. They look suspicious, but am I Google stupid? I'm only an amateur detective. That said, my first thought upon seeing two skeletons on top of each other in a tree next to a hiking trail is like, okay, it was romantic. It was a romantic way to go. I don't know how it exactly went. Because it's like you just climb right out of the tree, right? It's not that far. Okay, so if it was adult fun, maybe it was three people. And maybe this one had some fun stuff in the backpack. These two skeletons are a different color. And I think there is a difference in time when they became skeletons. This time you can't click on this backpack or interact with the skeleton. I can't tell you that if we were to take this backpack through TSA, if we would get a look from the security agents there, or if they would just be like, yep, normal backpack full of normal backpack stuff. Maybe one day we'll click and we'll know. Right now it's a mystery. It's a beautiful Paralives mystery. The other option, I guess, is falling from a portal or some sort of otherworldly craft. We have to go up to this house. This is not junior varsity. This is the Nora Nev Detective Agency, apparently. The hills are alive with the sound of murder. I broke in. Obviously, I went inside. I didn't know if you could just go inside, so I just went inside. Maybe you could take a tumble from this balcony or somewhere on this property that could result in these places. Can this person come home and find me and see me? Wait, how am I staring out the door and... Wait, that's not... I was snooping around and being creepy. The homeowner came home, and that is Dr. Sujin. So, of course, I became a creepy stalker, but only because I couldn't initiate a conversation, which is why that's all stalking. So this is just creepy stalking, but also investigating. Okay, I did eventually have a really nice conversation, probably too nice for how creepy I was being, but I don't know. Is this doctor capable of murder? I have seen some concerns that one of the default families is missing a kid or the backpack could be kid related. I don't get that vibe. It doesn't seem like a kid's skeleton. Kids are really small in this game, and the backpack doesn't seem like a school backpack. I also don't think that they're that dark. This could be a glitch. Artifacts left over from placing this one that's more obviously and intentionally placed, but the pose is interesting. The pose is fun, and I really like the idea that this is part of the lore. From what I've seen so far, the storytelling in Paralives is open to the community, in a way that's really inspiring. So I think that we'll find out more as the game continues to grow. I've also seen some people giving Sebastian the side eye. Sebastian's official backstory is darker than most of the other townies in Molino. He rebelled growing up. He became involved with bad company and developed bad habits. He cut off his family. Later, he got out of that lifestyle with Lucas, but Lucas died in a tragic accident. So now you can only learn about Sebastian's secrets if you gain his trust. And the wording for that feels very intentional. Is Sebastian evil? He does have a secret. Okay, major possible spoilers ahead. Sebastian does seem to have a hidden basement behind a shelf door. And then further down in this area is a trap door. Some of this was teased as early as 2020, I believe, but I could not wait to find out where this led. I wildly overreacted when he popped up under the community center in the ruins. This man has a trapdoor in his house to the community center ruins, which is right here next to this whole situation. It's the middle of the night. I can't. But this is the question I have for you. Why? Why? Also, he looks like he's not beating the baby no money allegation. This man can rap. That is Alex, which means by the transitive theory, he's also Harvey from Stardew Valley. Okay, influential, iconic. What are we to do with this information? Send help. Feel free to join me as I deep dive and investigate the secrets of Molino.